welcome to the Intel Brief, your daily intelligence briefing on global geopolitics. Today is Monday, 28 October. I'm your host Daniel, the founder of HM Intelligence, and every weekday we bring you not just the news, but the so what from the events and decisions that shape our world. So grab a coffee and get ready to be informed. In today's update, we'll be covering opposition Social Democrats win the election in Lithuania, Borisob's Conservatives lead early results in Bulgaria, and Russia denies meddling in the Georgian elections. So firstly, in the recent parliamentary elections in Lithuania, the Social Democrats emerged victorious with 52 seats in the 141-member assembly, according to the nearly complete vote counts. Their win comes amid significant concerns over Russia's ongoing war in Ukraine and the rising cost of living. The party leader expressed confidence that they would secure a parliamentary majority, potentially forming a coalition with two other parties. Despite the victory, she refrained from announcing her intentions regarding the prime ministership. The ruling Conservative Homeland Union Party conceded defeat, acknowledging the Social Democrats' success. The election results reflect a shift in public sentiment driven by dissatisfaction with the current government's handling of various issues, including COVID-19, political scandals, and a significant inflation. The Social Democrats aim to uphold a strong stance against Russia while addressing domestic inequalities through proposed tax increases on the wealthy to fund social support and healthcare initiatives. However, the potential for a shift in voter sentiment remains, especially within the second round of voting approaching. Geopolitical concerns and national security are central themes for many voters, influencing their choices in the election. So what? The issues Lithuania face appear to be similar to those faced across most modern countries. Sadly, it seems highly unlikely that a change in government will fix them. While a change may be a good start, most of the key issues Lithuania are facing will likely continue, possibly leading to low-level social unrest. However, these are unlikely to turn violent, as Lithuania has a robust electoral system that allows its citizens to demonstrate their political will. And next, Bulgaria held its 7th general election in 3 years, with preliminary results indicating a win for the former Prime Minister's Conservative Party, GERB, which received 26.8% of the vote. Following GERB, the reformist coalition We Continue to Change garnered 14.7%, while the ultra-nationalist party received 13.8%. Exit polls suggest that GERB could secure approximately 74 seats in the 240-seat parliament, with the other parties expected to gain 42 and 36 respectively. This election was necessary due to the previous coalition formed in June failing to establish a stable government. However, voter turnout for this election was notably low at just 38%. As Bulgaria navigates a fragmented political landscape, the pro-Russian party remains influential, advocating for the lifting of sanctions against Russia and questioning Bulgaria's NATO membership. Despite predictions for a strong performance, their result fell short of expectations. While the We Continue to Change coalition, which aims to strengthen Bulgaria's EU position, appears to have performed better than anticipated. Bulgaria has faced ongoing political instability since 2020, exacerbated by rampant corruption and public discontent with the political elite. The country's challenges include a sluggish reform process that threatens its access to EU recovery funds and its aspirations for the Eurozone and Schengen Zone membership. So what? From talking with some people in Bulgaria, it seems unlikely that the political situation will settle down anytime soon. Though it is positive to see that the pro-EU parties are performing better than expected, it is unlikely that they will be able to form a government with the current majority, leading to a continued deadlock. One area of concern is that if Russia tries to increase its grey zone activity in the country, pro-Russian parties could use this to swing the election and take control. And lastly, the Kremlin has firmly denied allegations of its interference in Georgia's recent elections, with spokesman Dmitry Peskov calling the accusations completely unsubstantiated. Peskov claimed that attempts to destabilize the situation in Georgia stem from European nations rather than Russia. He asserted that any allegations of Russian meddling were unfounded, emphasizing that European states that are attempting to influence the electoral process are the problem. In contrast, the United States and the European Union have urged a comprehensive investigation into numerous reported violations during the voting. International observers from the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe raised concerns about issues such as vote buying, voter intimidation, and ballot stuffing. German officials condemned the reported irregularities, while the US Secretary of State Anthony Blinken noted that although the election was generally well administered, there were significant irregularities. European Council President Charles Michel called for swift and independent investigations into these allegations, reigniting the need for Georgia to demonstrate its commitment to its EU aspirations. Meanwhile, Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban, a close ally of Russia within the EU, congratulated the ruling Georgia Dream Party, prompting EU Foreign Policy Chief to clarify that Orban does not represent the EU in his discussions. So what? Of course Russia would say this, but regardless of their words, the research into voting graphs, video footage, and personal accounts all indicate that it is highly likely that Russia heavily influenced this election. Despite the amount of information indicating election interference, it seems unlikely that the result can now be changed. Additionally, it seems likely that there will be violent protests in the coming days in Tbilisi and possibly across the country. Thank you for listening to the Intel Brief, your daily intelligence briefing on global geopolitics, brought to you by HM Intelligence. If you want to support the podcast, tell your friends to help them stay informed, and leave us a 5-star review. Or if you want to learn more about intelligence, why not take one of our courses? They're all online, self-paced, and affordable. Thank you for listening. I've been your host, Daniel, and I'll see you next time.